Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, where the fashion school where we democratize fashion information. With us we have a very special guest once again. Her name is Elsie Gachacha, and we are so excited to have you here today. Welcome, Elsie.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yay. So Elsie
Yeah.
is a fashion merchandiser. She works with a multinational company representing several brands, handling production here in Kenya. So she's going to be telling us more about fashion merchandising and what it entails. So
Yeah.
Elsie, thank you so much for coming on today. So first, we've just said your title is fashion merchandising. So
Yeah.
what does that entail exactly? Like, what do you do?
Okay, so a fashion merchandiser. So we have a buying office here in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
And what we handle is placing the orders from different regions here in Kenya so that they can be manufactured at our EPZ area with some of the factories there.
Mm-hmm.
So my role is to handle the order allocation here in Kenya and do the costings from the pricing of the fabric and trims and all the way to the final product. And then following up with capacity planning with the factory and product planning.
Yeah.
You have to identify which product that the factory is good at manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
and then see which one they excel in so that you can place your order there.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, it's following up with production and completion of production and making sure they're in good quality, and also now working on the logistics, shipping it out to the different regions.
Yeah.
So that's like a scope of what I do as a fashion merchandiser.
Wow. So just to give everybody context, is that these are factories, these are companies that actually are in Europe and in the United States of America.
Yes, yeah. So we ship out mostly to North America, and there's some few orders to Panama, Mexico, Brazil. Yeah. So and also some Europe orders. They come here to manufacture here in Kenya because of the trade benefits we have, like AGOA and some European trade benefits as well. So that's why you see these companies are coming to manufacture in our country and then ship out to the different regions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because, in many cases when people hear that you're doing fashion, the basic understanding is that you're going to open up a shop, a workshop, some fundis, and stitch.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad you came on today because there are different sides to this career. And also, when you hear fashion merchandiser, what do people think you are?
Most people think I have a shop in town and I sell I sell fashion there. So they don't really understand what it entails, I guess, because of the name merchandiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also most people think fashion is just tailoring, designing, and fashion shows, the glamorous life. But there are so many areas in fashion that people can take a chance at. There's like me now, merchandising, working with a company and managing their business.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's many things that in the factories you'll find, like a production planner, a quality manager. What else? There's also sourcing, people who research and find suppliers for different RMs and trims and packaging, everything that's needed. There's a lot of areas that fashion entails. It's not just the designing part. You can even be a design tech in a company. Like in our company, we have a team for sourcing. Mm-hmm. We have the merchandisers. We have the quality team. We have the strategic team, people who do the strategic planning of where to place orders, which style maybe to produce more of than the other one, than another one. So there are many categories that people can look into.
And
they're all here in Kenya.
Yeah, it's amazing because these are the things you read about in fashion school, fashion
Mhm.
books that we buy.
Yeah,
And so you read
yeah.
about that and it feels foreign, but it is actually here. It is actually happening here. So
Yeah.
what is a typical day like for you as a fashion merchandiser?
We have many, many meals from all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like let's say, I don't know if I could say a day, maybe I could start with maybe a month.
Okay.
Let's say a month. So every month, there's some KPIs, key performance indexes that we have to track, like
Yeah.
on-time delivery and also like quality and so many other things. So on a monthly basis, I have to track that.
Mm.
And also following up with production. Are they completing the order at the date they plan to complete at? If they're not, just deep diving on the issues and the challenges that are hindering them from being able to complete.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of problem solving as a merchandiser,
Yeah.
especially during the COVID times. There's always a fire to put out.
Oh, yeah.
Tracking the KPIs, and then also if they're new styles, the factory sends me a whole bunch of files with trim cards that I have
Mm-hmm.
to review and approve. So I have to go through each and every fabric, touch them, check if it's the right one, the zips, everything that goes into the production of one garment. I
Mm.
have to review and approve. Um, Apart from that, also following up with our suppliers,
Oh, yeah.
uh, yeah, seeing if everything is on track, if there's going to be any delays on a certain raw material, or I mean, if there's any like fabric issues. Sometimes you'll find a
Mm.
fabric has issues, maybe it has stain marks
Yeah.
or shrinkage issues. So
Defects.
yeah, exactly. So you follow
Yeah.
up with all of those things. Usually they say the merchandiser is the owner of the business. So if you have to know everything at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You have to know everything at your fingertips, yeah, because you're working with so many teams.
Yeah.
Uh, you have to be on top of your game. So
Okay.
I don't know if I've left out anything that I follow up on. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. So tell me,
Anyway.
what do you enjoy about being a merchandiser?
Um, First of all, I love that I stuck to my passion. I've always wanted to be in the fashion industry since I was very, very young. And I made sure I studied it. And most people, you'll find that what they studied is not what they're actually doing. So
Mm.
I feel happy to be among the few who is actually doing what they studied and what they uh, enjoy. So personally, I'm a creative, and I really love that side of fashion for creating, designing, and creating garments. But with this new role, I've learned a lot of the business side of fashion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very interesting. Learning new things is something I love to do. So I like a good challenge, and I like to conquer it. So
Yeah.
um, just knowing the in and outs of the fashion from where it begins all the way till the end.
Yeah.
It's fun for me. Even visiting the factories, I enjoy it. I
Mm-hmm.
like going through the lines, talking with the operators, looking at the way they're stitching, touching garments, fabrics. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah, for me, I'll always just enjoy fabrics and the whole construction process. So it's enjoying for me. There's a lot of numbers when it comes to being a merchandiser,
Mm-hmm.
which is now the challenging side. But
Mm-hmm.
I've come to also enjoy it. Actually, I've come to also
Yeah.
enjoy it. So I think I just love everything about fashion. As long as the title begins with fashion, I'm there.
You're
I'll be
in.
watching. Yeah, I'm in.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes when people who may not understand fashion, they think it's just the fashion shows, the
yeah,
glamorous side, the
yeah,
models working on a catwalk, and that's literally a very small percentage. I don't even know if it's 5% or if it's less than 5%. It's such a small part. So
Yes.
there's a whole lot that goes behind the scenes, the fabrics, the
Yes.
construction,
Yeah.
quality checks,
Yeah.
all that
Which
stuff
is
that you're
actually the
saying.
fun part. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually the fun. I usually feel like that's the fun part.
Yeah.
They're coming up with an idea, conceptualizing it, and then bringing it your idea into reality.
Yeah.
Though it has its ups and downs, because artists were emotional. When something is not coming out the way you envisioned it, you get so
Yet
frustrated.
we are
Or when you
attached.
finally, yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I remember when I was running my business, I would get interns who would come to my shop,
Mm-hmm.
and you would see the look of disappointment in their face when they're realizing there are no fashion shows, there are no photo shoots. That's not where the money comes from.
Those are just like, yeah, just 5 minutes of the whole thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more to that.
Okay. So as in your role as a fashion merchandiser, what do you need to keep abreast to, like, what do you need to do to keep informed about your work?
Or like within my company or in the whole industry.
Yeah, just so that you're making sure that you're doing your job well. Do you have to watch certain things? Do you have to read certain things?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are many things you can do to always make sure you're sharp and up to date, and also learn new things. So like LinkedIn has many courses for merchandisers that you can do online.
Mm-hmm.
Then a couple of them you can do, like supply management or operations management, or something to do
Mm-hmm.
with sourcing. There are many things that you can keep yourself updated with, uh, just learning more in your
Yeah.
industry. That's what I do personally.
Okay.
I try to do it like once a week, sometimes once in 2 weeks. Of course, actually, our company requires that so that you can always be
Ah,
learning. They work with you and help you grow as well. Most
yeah.
companies do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
you see,
learning never ends.
it never ends. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
keeping your brain always fresh. It's good to
Yes.
learn new things.
And you know the way in fashion, it's always changing. There's always something new to learn. There's always something to keep
Yeah,
updated about. So you can't afford to say,
yeah,
well, I know what I'm doing.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
always something new to learn. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I was also doing another course I saw on LinkedIn for inclusion and diversity. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, let me just try and do it, because sometimes in your workplace you may have some biases that you're not aware of.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, I was like, I thought I thought I'm a very open-minded person. So you see, there's also a lot to still learn. Yeah, so
Wow,
that you
that's
can
interesting.
be the best and also bring the best out of the team you're working with.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apart from that, I also try to read books
Mm-hmm.
on management, leadership, business, or
Yeah.
autobiographies. Yeah, so I can learn some more even outside the scope of fashion and not
Mm.
limit myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And like,
Yeah.
what qualifications do you need? If
Mhm.
somebody wanted to do the kind of work that you do, what qualifications would they need for this job?
This job. Okay. Like for me, I did fashion design and marketing at KU.
Mm-hmm.
So that course is good. It's good for you to, be able to be hired for this role.
Yeah.
You have to have at least qualification, at least understand fashion. You need
Mm-hmm.
to understand some have some idea of construction of a garment, have some idea of the different types of raw materials. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
have some knowledge on different fabrics and how they behave
Yeah.
and how they should be treated. Um, so mainly that, and then also have some, when you have construction, you can know about quality, whether this is good quality or
Mm-hmm.
it needs to be sent back or
Yeah.
rejected or approved. So a basic idea of fashion is really important. And
Mm-hmm.
then the others you can learn with further studying, like supply management, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of supply chain involved in what I'm doing. Yeah.
So it's like
So
it's also things you've learned on the job, like
on the job, yes.
yeah,
I'm fortunate to have been able to be given the chance to learn on the job, but
yeah,
other people take extra courses because now that part when I left KU was not in fashion design and marketing course.
yes,
So that part you can get a course and study online, or even go to school and do supply chain management, sourcing. Yeah, get that information. Yeah.
Okay. So like I think that is something that the people that have learning institutions need to consider making it
Yes.
part of the learning, supply chain
Yeah.
management, and even
Yeah.
looking into other things like fashion merchandising and all these other careers that are available that
Yeah.
when students are in school they will not be aware of. And also you'll
Yeah.
find that even parents and guardians of the people who want to go learn fashion, the young people, they're like, I want to do fashion. They're like, I'm not sending you to
Yeah.
school to be a fundi, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that is something that needs
yeah.
to start happening. Okay, that's
Yeah, there
very
needs to be more awareness. That's true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what opportunities would you say are available for like fashion designers today? Because there's a lot of creatives out there, but not everybody is the same
Yeah.
in terms of how you will execute your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's somebody who is interested in training, like myself. There's somebody like you who's doing what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing. There's somebody who wants to do bridal. And then, there's somebody who's not even sure where they belong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what opportunities
Yeah.
you say are available?
What opportunities are available for fashion in Kenya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can start your business and do your fashion line. You can join another company and maybe be their creative designer,
Mm-hmm.
or their, like I said, a production planner,
Yeah.
or yeah, a production planner. You can go to a factory in EPZ. There's so many factories in EPZ
Mm-hmm.
that are always hiring, and you
Mm-hmm.
can even be a factory manager. You can be the quality manager. You can be the production manager. There's so many things that you can be. You can be the RM manager, the one
Mm-hmm.
who's in charge of raw material.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, you can even be, there's also a position for finished goods manager, the one who is now in charge of doing the scanning and the packing and
Mm-hmm.
making sure everything is loaded in the correct container, and
Mm-hmm.
knows the system and processes and does the logistics. You can even be in logistics.
Oh,
Yeah. So there are
okay.
many areas for a fashion student. There are many opportunities for a fashion student in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
And these buying offices are coming to East Africa. There's so many in Ethiopia as well, and
Mm-hmm.
a couple here in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking advantage of those trade benefits. So you can also take advantage of the opportunities they're creating
Yeah.
and grow in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they are coming here.
and
You're
it's not
saying
for the weak-hearted.
no, it cannot be. So you're
It's not for the weak-hearted.
taking
Yeah,
it back a little bit. You're saying the buying offices are actually coming to East Africa because they've seen an opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like one thing I usually hear mostly about Kenya is that Kenya, we everyone, even to the operator level, can speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no language barrier because when they come to the country, they come with their expatriates to teach the locals now the business and the operation.
Yeah.
So there's no language barrier between the expatriates and the locals,
Mm-hmm.
and Kenyans are quick. They catch quickly what they're being taught. So the productivity level for Kenyans is very high, which is
Mm-hmm.
a nice compliment for us. So that's why they're coming here.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that is so
So
amazing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So also so in Ethiopia you'll find those challenges are there for
Mm-hmm.
um the language barrier challenges.
Yes.
And also the culture of working is a bit different from ours.
Yes, I have heard.
So you find.
Yes, I have heard. Sorry, I have heard that production, it's like 4 times higher here in terms of speed
Yep.
than in Ethiopia. I don't know if that number is correct, but I just know that here we produce faster than Ethiopians.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then also the other things that affect productivity, like political tensions.
Oh, yes.
We've seen that in a few recent past in Ethiopia, whereby Kenya is a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Those are a few things that attract people to Kenya.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear of what you're doing, and like there's opportunities, and that people have the chance to actually look into these things. Go to the EPZ, it's right in Kitengela, and just find out, because a lot of times, as we said, fashion designers do get discouraged because they are not aware of the opportunities that are there, and sometimes they think that they may have to travel abroad, or start their fashion careers elsewhere, because these things are not here in Kenya. So I'm glad we're having this conversation to open up their minds, and also to open up their parents and their caregivers and whoever, so that they may know. You don't have to open a workshop, because maybe that's not your calling. Open a workshop and sell, or you could even do both. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's
you could do both.
Mm-hmm. So what would you tell somebody who's interested in a similar role?
Just always, make sure you get the education that you need for the role.
Yeah.
And then always keep an eye out for any opportunities. I would say have your LinkedIn profile up to date, because most people, when they start looking for a person to fill in their vacancy, the first thing is to check LinkedIn. They type in the role, like they'll just type in fashion merchandiser, and then it will bring you all the fashion merchandisers in a certain region. So if your profile is up to date, you might receive a message or something for someone who's interested. Then also, they usually also post the job vacancies on LinkedIn, so you can also search and see what's available out there. Check also with the other agencies, hiring agencies, and see if they have any positions. Just keep an eye out.
Okay.
And you won't miss an opportunity. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us today. I think those are all the questions that I had. If anybody has any more questions, you can put them in the comments below. Something else that I would like to share about Elsie is that she is a budding musician, and she has some amazing music. Elsie, please tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so on the side, of course, my passion is also music. So I've come out with some new 2 gospel songs. My music name is Elsie Gach, and I have a YouTube channel, Elsie Gach. Please, I'm sure Linda will share a link to my channel.
I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, please subscribe and check out the new music, and like and share with your family and friends.
Yes. Thank you so much for enlightening us on this career of fashion merchandising.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Elsie.